They say you should follow your dreams, but sometimes those dreams can turn into a nightmare, especially when they involve cooking. Ever wondered what happens when a mermaid tries to cook on land? Well, get ready for a splashing good time as Ariel takes her culinary skills, or lack thereof, to a whole new level in her undersea kitchen. From the moment she lays her webbed hands on some utensils, it's clear this mermaid isn't just swimming in the deep end of the kitchen, she's diving headfirst into disaster. Get ready for spills, thrills, and maybe even a few fantastic failures as we dive into a cooking adventure where chaos is definitely on the menu. Dive into disaster prep. First, let's set the stage for our undersea kitchen nightmare. Dazzling and dripping with shiny gadgets, everything seems perfect until Ariel plugs them in and realizes she may have made some fishy mistakes. The stove turns into a whirlpool, the toaster sprouts seaweed, and the coffee maker starts shooting out bubbles. But none of this compares to the masterpiece she has planned for the day. Her culinary school textbook described it as simple, elegant, and timeless. But all Ariel could think was, wow, that looks really fantastic. What is she making? Well, only one way to find out. How about a little calamari catastrophe? As Ariel begins prepping her ingredients, she soon discovers that not everything is quite as it seems. The flour is alive with tiny crabs. The eggs are missing their shells, and the butter refuses to melt. Just as the timer starts ticking on her recipe, things really start to spin out of control. She slips on a banana peel, knocking over a bowl of milk. Sebastian arrives to help out, but he's more confused than helpful. And if that wasn't bad enough, Flounder decides to join in on the fun, splashing water everywhere. As Ariel desperately tries to save her dish, the timer ticks away, the souffle falls flat, and the pastry sticks to the pan. But wait, there's more. Just as Ariel thinks it can't get any worse, the oven erupts like a volcano. Bubbles, steam, and smoke billow out, covering her inside. Ariel frantically tries to stop the flow, but the damage is done. Her masterpiece is ruined. Or is it? With a shrug and a smile, she declares, oh, well, it's time for an underwater improv. After all, she's got company. Now, how about a little seafood surprise? As Ariel stares into the wreckage of her kitchen, she notices a small crab peeking out from behind the curtain. An idea sparks in her eyes. If she can't make a fruit salad, maybe she can make a sea creature salad. After all, they're both fruity and they both have claws. But not everyone is as thrilled about this impromptu seafood surprise as Ariel. Scuttle bursts onto the scene, convinced that Ariel is about to make a delicious sashimi. Before he knows it, he's covered in seaweed and seahorses. But that doesn't stop him from trying to help. He suggests replacing the cranberries with seaweed, which just makes Ariel question his sanity. And then there's Flounder, who's not sure about eating his friend, but he's even less thrilled about cleaning up the mess. That is until Ariel promises him a jellyfish juice smoothie, which he reluctantly agrees to. And who could say no to that? Ariel gathers her sea creature salad ingredients, but soon realizes she's forgotten something crucial: the dressing. Determined not to let her friends down, she whips up a batch of jellyfish juice, complete with plankton and sand dollars. It may not be exactly what they were expecting, but hey, it's the thought that counts, right? As she presents her masterpiece to her friends, they stare back in disbelief. It's a tangled mess of tentacles, fins, and tails. But before anyone can protest, Scuttle dives right in, declaring it the best salad he's ever tasted. Flounder reluctantly agrees, though he may have been bribed by the promise of more jellyfish juice. And Ariel couldn't be happier, even if it looks more like an underwater car crash than a culinary triumph. But wait, the kitchen carnage isn't over yet. As the trio exits the kitchen, they trigger a chain reaction of chaos. Pots and pans chase each other around the room, utensils fly through the air, and the dishes do a conga line off the table. It's a full-on kitchen takeover. Ariel watches in amusement as her kitchen wreaks havoc. knowing that even though her cooking skills may need some work, she wouldn't trade her fantastic kitchen for the world. The kitchen may be in shambles, but Ariel's spirits are still high. She might not have conquered the culinary arts, but she's certainly mastered the art of improvisation. So what does the future hold for this mermaid chef? Who knows? Maybe she'll stick to singing, or perhaps she'll continue her quest to become the next big thing in undersea cuisine. One thing's for sure, though, with Ariel at the helm, there's never a dull moment, and that's an adventure worth diving into. Speaking of diving, it's time for Ariel to tackle her next great challenge, the cleanup. Will she and her unwilling helpers, including a very grumpy Sebastian, manage to restore order to the kitchen, or will the mess just become a permanent part of their lives? Only one way to find out. And now, after a long day of cooking, cleaning, and general kitchen mayhem, it's time for Ariel to relax. But relaxing is easier said than done when you are living in a kitchen that you've seen better days. However, Ariel's not one to give up. With a little ingenuity, some bubble power, and maybe a few sea creature friends, she's sure to turn this kitchen catastrophe into a culinary comedy masterpiece. Maybe not, but one thing's for sure, with Ariel at the wheel, there's never a dull moment. So sit back, grab a snack, and get ready for another fantastic adventure, because when it comes to Ariel and her kitchen, anything can happen. And in the world of Disney, anything usually does. I want to know what you think. Would you rather befriend a mermaid like Ariel or hang out with a talking crab? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to check out our other videos for all your favorite Disney characters. But for now, it's time to say goodbye. Don't forget to follow Hanum Cartoon if you like this video. See you next time.